This is just a follow-up video following on from the location activity panel video that was just completed. So there's actually some further configuration options within that location activity panel. I've just set up this all equipment panel to show all the equipment at my mine. And right now we're on what's called a details view, which is these little bubbles here that you can see right now. But we actually have a number of other options. So for example, we can set this by clicking this little drop down to status view. And what this does is it groups all of the different equipment bubbles based on the current equipment status. So if I expand this one out at operating, we can see that these are all of the pieces of equipment that are operating right now. And we can actually enter data from here as well. So if I right click on this and I set my primary status to idle, this AT003 will actually move up to the idle drop down where it's grouped with all of the other pieces of equipment where the status is currently idle. We have down as well. It's worth noting that these statuses aren't necessarily like hard coded. You can have any kind of status tracking that you're interested in. It doesn't necessarily need to be idle operating down, because we have sort of 3 levels of status. We have the main status, which will always be something along the lines of idle operating down, but that can be broken down into sub statuses and sub statuses, and you can kind of go quite deep with it, where you can get really granular tracking of your status classification. So for example, instead of just being down, you can have engine failure, which is a subset of down, and we can actually track that through here as well. We also have grid view, which will bring up like a color-coded grid that displays quite a lot of information. So these color codes are associated with the status. So yellow is idle, green is down, and green is operating, yellow is idle, and red is down. You've also got all of the details that we can see in here. So the current time at status, the material, the primary equipment allocation, the location, the equipment that is, and we can actually apply filters to these as well, or do like sorting, sort by date time, sort by the location, and you can also do equipment grouping as well. So if we wanted to filter this down and only see a particular piece of equipment, we could do it like this and apply some groupings like that. Maybe we wanted to see all of the pieces of equipment but only at a given location. We could do something like along those lines. So you can sort and you can filter through this panel, or through this view of the panel, I should say. Let's put it back to details view. Yeah, so those are a few of the display options that you have within the location activity panel. Thank you.